Welcome to TotalTennisGame.com. My name is Kevin Garlington, your US PTR certified tennis pro. I just finished watching the US Open. What an amazing match between Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. I just wanted to do this quick video because I feel like there's a couple cool things that we can learn from that match. Despite, if you look at the error count, Roger had a lot more errors than Djokovic, and you look at the play, I think one of the biggest lessons we learned is how being mentally tough in different situations can win out the match. If you saw the first set, it pretty much came down to who was going to crack first, and Djokovic kind of broke. And then you go to the second set, Roger got a little bit more confidence, a little bit more momentum, he relaxed. And then what happened in the third and fourth, we don't know. And then it really came down to, I feel like Roger was holding out for the fifth set. He came out, played the exact same game style he wanted, went up big, and at the crucial moments he didn't put together. It slipped through his hands. You know, what was the score? 5-3, I think, serving. Sorry, 5-4, excuse me, 5-4 with 40-15 match points. And you really saw how mentally tough Djokovic really is. You know, facing a huge adversity at 40-15, looks up at the crowd, hands up in the air, and he smiles, and then, you know, hauls off and hit a winner. That's a huge point. And I think some of the things we can take away from that is one of three tips I want to give you today, which is staying positive. And I know that sounds really simple, where, you know, people tell you to stay positive, but I want to give you a tool you can use to stay positive. One of the biggest things that people have, or the struggle you have with staying positive in a bad situation, is your internal dialogue. Usually when something's not going your way, or, you know, things just aren't working out the way you want, you have that negative internal dialogue that keeps like going over and over, saying some negative things. So one tool that I've used, and I've given this to a lot of students and it helps them use, is changing the voice of the internal dialogue. And I know this might sound silly, but making that voice into a different voice, like a Mickey Mouse voice, no matter what it says, it makes the voice sound ridiculous, and therefore it makes whatever it's being said sound ridiculous. So, for example, if you're playing a match and you hear that negative nagging voice saying, you know, you're going to lose this, you're going to lose this, you might change that voice to, like I said, a Mickey Mouse voice in here. You're going to lose this. Sounds silly, but it makes you laugh. It lightens the mood. You know, like Djokovic in that one moment, it's extremely hard to smile knowing you're down 2 match points against one of the best players of all time, Roger Federer, and he did, and that was a kind of result of it. The second tip I want to give you is visualizing yourself as being your best. You know, I think a lot of times when you step onto the court, whether it's a good day or bad day, you always want to have this internal kind of like picture of you playing at your best. Sometimes we walk on the court, our shoulders are slumped, you don't feel it, but it's really important to kind of have that picture and kind of feel that picture when you're playing. You know, my favorite tennis pro back in the day was Andre Agassi. So I could like imagine myself and I would do some of the things that Andre would do. Another favorite tennis player, if you guys would remember, Marcelo Rios. He always had this cool knee bend he would do. And I would always do that, and it would give me a sense that I was like him, and I would play very good tennis. My third and final tip is to stay in the present, which I think is something that we all can work on. You lose focus when you either jump to the future or you're stuck in the past. So, for instance, you lose a point, you're stuck in that point that you lost a point ago, and you're playing the present point. Well, you're not focused on that point, so you lose another point. Well, you're not focused in that present moment, and that's what can cause you to lose focus in that moment there, if that makes sense. Just like if your mind jumps ahead. You always want to keep your mind from jumping ahead or staying in the past. You really want to stay right here in the present moment. So if you play a big point and you maybe lose it and you're not there, then the first thing you need to do is take some extra time, kind of towel off, get your thoughts together, and stay in that present moment. You know, if you're thinking about, this happens a lot, if you're up 5-2 and you're thinking about, you know, I got this match is over. The match isn't over until it's over. You know, we saw that today, great US Open match. I personally thought the match was over when Roger had the match points, and it wasn't. So always remember, keep yourself in the present. You know, those are the 3 tips I have. And for more, check out TotalTennisGame.com, and we have some cool content on staying mentally tough, some routines you can do, and strategy and movement tips. So hopefully I'll talk to you next time, and hopefully you're watching the US Open. Take care. Play tough. Please leave any comments or questions you might have below. Thanks.